A$AP Rocky got arrested for attempted... First things first, for those of you that don't know, his name isn't A$AP Rocky. His name is Rocky. Well, his name is Rakim, but his stage name is Rocky. A$AP is the group he's a part of. Here's A$AP Yams, A$AP Ferg, and a couple other A$AP folk. And hey, this guy's also part of the group. His name is A$AP Relly, but he's the guy A$AP Rocky allegedly... I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you just said they was part of the same group, A$AP. Because you see, A$AP Rocky had a problem. He was always the face of the A$AP crew and all its affiliates. Now, A$AP Rocky, when you're the face of the crew, people always sort of look to you to provide. That's how this whole thing began. In A$AP Relly's words, the guy who A$AP Rocky allegedly, he said, look, our friend passed away, another A$AP crew member. I figured A$AP Rocky was gonna pay for the funeral. When I found out he didn't, I texted him saying, look, you changed, bro. But he says, uh-oh, A$AP Rocky ain't texting back. He's saying all this in court, by the way. He said, A$AP Rocky ain't texting back, so I got a little heated. He said, then Rocky and I eventually get on the phone, and A$AP Rocky talking about something. I was gonna say something to you, but they told me if you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, so I ain't say nothing to you. He said, what? So A$AP Relly said that's when their relationship like pretty much soured. Then later on, A$AP Rocky hits him up saying, yo, you in LA? Relly said, yeah, I'm in LA. A$AP Rocky said, what hotel you at? A$AP Relly said, I ain't like how he said that, so I gave him a different hotel. A$AP Relly says they eventually meet up, and here's where things start to get wicked. So you see Relly walking up to A$AP Rocky. They get in a little scuffle. Relly says at this point he was shocked because he thought they was just gonna talk. He says he knows A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is not really, you know, that knuck and buck type. A$AP Rocky also had two other members of the A$AP crew behind him. Now, they all know each other. So the other A$AP members were just standing there. They're like, oh, damn. A$AP Rocky then pushes A$AP Relly out of the camera range. Other members of the A$AP crew jump in to separate them. They're like, no, y'all doing too much. Now remember, they were out of the camera range on this side. When the other crew members came to separate them, they start pushing Relly back in the camera range. A$AP Rocky then comes back in the camera range and starts reaching in his waistband. Then visibly pulls out a ting. But then they go out the camera range on this side. So A$AP Relly like, bro, I known you since you're not gonna do nothing. Well, he was right. A$AP Rocky didn't do anything. A$AP Rocky walks back in the camera range. You see him put the ting away, and A$AP Relly says himself, Rocky did nothing at that point. Here's where things start to get wickeder. A$AP Rocky is walking away. A$AP Relly says, okay, at this point, I was a little mad. A$AP Relly basically starts telling Rocky, you a sellout. You got a little money and you switched up on your boys. You got some of your boys still in the projects. He said one of our boys addicted to, I think it's this group member he was talking about, addicted to, and you ain't help him out, Rocky. He says this is when Rocky lost it. Turns around and starts letting them things go. He said at this point, he started jumping behind other group members talking about, oh, that boy Rocky busting. He said then one of his knuckles got grazed, but that was it, and everybody scattered. They allegedly have this part on video too, but it's super blurry. Now, here's the issue. Half of that story was caught on camera, but the other half, the important parts, were just the word of A$AP Relly. Because in court, A$AP Rocky's lawyers basically want to prove that A$AP Rocky's a pretty decent guy, and A$AP Relly is just a jealous, hating friend that wants to start stuff for money. The police said, hating friend this, hating friend that. If A$AP Rocky let them things go in broad daylight, he going to jail. A$AP Rocky's lawyer then starts to pop off. He says, well, for one, the only person saying that A$AP Rocky, somebody, is A$AP Relly, the jealous friend. Nobody else said nothing. For two, police, when y'all went to the scene, did y'all find any evidence? The police said, no, we didn't find any evidence. But then, this part's important, A$AP Relly himself goes back to the scene and finds shell casings as evidence and gives them to you. The police said, yeah, that is what happened. And honestly, that in itself is so ridiculous, it'll probably be enough to get A$AP Rocky out of jail. On top of that, the police raided A$AP Rocky's home because an alleged is very serious, and they found, but they were registered, and they didn't help the case, meaning those maybe didn't match the one used in the whole altercation. On top of that, the judge starts to get a little sarcastic with A$AP Relly, because A$AP Relly didn't report any of this happened until a few days later. And remember, he said he got, so the judge is like, you got, ASAP Rally's like, yeah, my knuckles got grazed. The judge is like, wow, I'm so glad you're safe. But all of that being said, that don't mean ASAP Rocky ain't do this. And that's why there's gonna be a trial, because an altercation did happen on camera, so it's up to a jury to decide. Side note, ASAP Rally is also suing ASAP Rocky for $25,000, like saying emotional damage and stuff like that. And that's why ASAP Rocky's lawyer is saying, yo, he's doing all of this for money.